In Kent with Charles Dickens. Written by Thomas Frost. Narrated by Geoffrey Giuliano and the Camden Town Players.
Icon Audio Arts.
Welcome to a whole new world of classical literature celebrating the art of writing. There is a very special category reserved for what we generally agree to be stories and tomes which are a significant cut above, which elegantly describe the human condition, winding their way, word by word, chapter by chapter, through a delicate web of beautiful storytelling, as to remain untouched by even time. These are, by definition, the classics, when the synergy of truth, intelligence, and insightful description come together in a tale which moves one emotionally, inspires, and educates. These works are indeed classic, to be so in tune with one's literary powers as to create, often from imagination, a story full of emotion, tender at heart, overflowing with some illumined truth from deep inside, so that it can be universally recognized and relived by the eyewitness. That, too, is a classic. Together, we go far beyond the recommended reading list of the studious English language major to bring you what is the elemental soul of the art of the written word, so that you may, in your own way and time, enter into the story laid out before you, to be forever changed and just that much more enlightened. That, then, is the true power of classical literature, and our humble attempt at its presentation herein as an audiobook to remember. Welcome.
In Kent with Charles Dickens, Chapter 1. Some years ago, on a bright morning in the beginning of September, 3 men, each eager for the enjoyment of the pure air and eye-refreshing greenery of the country and the invigorating breezes of the coast, were sitting in a dim and dingy room in Symonds Inn, the dimness and dinginess of which contrasted unfavourably even with such sunlight as could be found on the farther side of dingy Fetter Lane. One of the 3 was a clergyman, but did not look like one, and another, who was not a clergyman, had much more of the conventional clerical aspect, though it was the opinion of the curate, imparted to the author in a confidential whisper, that in his endeavour to look like a clergyman, he only succeeded in looking like a sheriff's officer in disguise. The third man was the present writer, who looks like, it is hard to say what, for he was once erroneously supposed to be a retired acrobat, and on another occasion was mistaken for a Wesleyan minister. We were arranging the programme of a holiday trip to the seaside, and had no difficulty in determining that our destination should be the coast of Kent. The gentleman who cultivated a clerical aspect, but had been deterred from taking orders by consideration of the difficulty of bringing up 6 daughters upon the stipend of a curate, had a married sister living at Dover, and wished to make that ancient town his goal. For me, the scenery of Kent had a peculiar charm, and the bracing air of the North Sea was as the elixir of life. But to run down by rail to the seaside, shot through long tunnels and deep cuttings almost as swiftly as one of Jules Verne's heroes was shot to the moon, and to sit upon the pier at Dover, or the sands at Ramsgate, or the cliff at Margate every morning until the time came for my return to London, was not my way of compressing the utmost amount of enjoyment into the week or 10 days to which my holiday extended. I love to turn my back upon the close streets of towns to avoid even the
Sample complete. Ready to continue?